Lovely cruise. Sharp cruise.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the U Pro Centre for the Junior World Series 17 and under Grand Final on Court 2. We have Australia versus New Zealand. We're run by Ben Brady. We'll commence with the national anthems in about 5 minutes. We've got another 5 minutes to warm up. We'll do that in about 5-2. Good luck. Could we please ask all the spectators milling around make their way over to Court 2? This is going to be a cracker game. As much support as possible for both teams. Looks fantastic for us as a sport. So we have all the spectators milling around, make their way, grab a seat around Court 2, please. Could we please have the teams on Court 2 line up in preparation for your national anthems? Could we all please be upstanding for the New Zealand national anthem? Could everybody please remain upstanding for the singing of the Australian national anthem?
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth of joy. Our home is good by the sea. Our land of nature's is all beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage of God's Australia bear. In jungle streets and let us sing of God's
We've got a couple minutes. Good luck to the teams on board 2. Let the games begin.
Hello and welcome to UPro Sports here in Dubai, UAE, for the Junior World Series 2023 conclusion. The 17 and under boys gold medal match between Australia and New Zealand. I'm joined here by Chris Harris. Chris, welcome.
Thanks, Brooke. Great to be here, mate. The New Zealand lineup for today's big final: Jack Gaskin, Oliver Beale, Jacob Duca, Connor Gatwood, Seb Heath, Marco Scoble, Luke Scrimmager and Daniel Van Straten.
And for Australia, we have Captain Damien Guild, Cruz Harbour-Connell, Jude Carney, Kobe Fitzgerald, Damon Bass, Keegan Lynch, Angus Bloxham and Tom Murray. Can't wait for this one. Going to be a cracker. Just awaiting the start here. The umpire for this match will be Ben Brading from Australia. And we have an absolutely full crowd here at UPro. Looking forward to it, Chris?
Can't wait. These two teams have met twice in this tournament. One brilliant game, which Australia got ahead by 6. Then the second one a little bit closer, a little bit further away. Australia won comfortably by 30. But at one stage, chasing 100, New Zealand were 70 after 10 overs. So last pair let it slip a little bit. So these teams, on paper and based on this tournament, should be a brilliant final. Brilliant way to finish off what's been an amazing Junior World Series.
Absolutely agree. Can't wait for this. Really tight matchups on paper. Some incredibly talented players that we'll no doubt see in the future. Of course, the Junior World Series 2023, where we're seeing the absolute future stars of this sport.
First two finals, you'd say, a little bit one-sided, but that last game, the women's game, fantastic to watch. Literally, both teams in it with 3 balls remaining. Tight run out for 7, which brought New Zealand right back in it. But I thought it was just a brilliant game by both teams. Brilliant batting display of how to play this great game of indoor cricket.
Absolutely. I still have hair standing on end from the ending of that match, and I, for all of money, thought that Ava Conroy got home. Thankfully, we have the DRS system involved, and we got the right decision, but just a display of batting from these women. 17 and under division. I mean, and I've seen, obviously, the 13 and unders and the 15 and unders, the class, the skill, the composure under pressure that these kids, these children have shown is immense.
Oh, and at this level, you just don't see, under pressure, last partnerships coming in having to get, I think it was 55 or something ridiculous.
54, I believe, yeah.
54, and you don't see that at any time, but in a final against Australia, batting last to win a game, to even get close was an effort that the New Zealand girls should hold their heads very high and be very proud. And to be fair to Australia, they just did exactly what needed to be done to get themselves across the line. So obviously, big kudos to them as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crowds have been brilliant too, haven't they?
It has.
Great atmosphere.
Fantastic here at UPro Sports. Great to see all the nations represented here. I believe this is the last game. There's no other games on that I can see around the court, so we should have all eyes on the conclusion of this fantastic tournament. Not sure why we're having a little delay, but that's okay. I'm sure.
Apparently the commentary's so good they just want to...
We'll just have a little chat for the start, which is fine by me. Happy to do it.
I think the skills that have been on display, though, under 13, under 15, under 17 girls and under 17 boys, for all the crowd that's come, there's been some exceptional skills on display, and for me it just shows that indoor cricket is in a great space and continuing to develop, which was fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt. I was on broadcast with WICF President Tony Watkins earlier, and he confirmed to me that this is the largest Junior World Series that they've ever held. 32 teams, 450 players here this week across all the divisions, and just shows what a strong position this sport is in moving forward, and it's a really exciting time, I think.
Some of those developing nations as well, like UAE put a couple of sides in, Sri Lanka. Still work to be done, but you can see the improvement and they're getting better.
Absolutely. We've got Jake Duca to open the bowling, Cruz Harbour-Connell. And starts with a wide. Always tough in a big pressure match ball on the first ball.
Yep, it's just the ideal start as an opening batting partnership and not the ideal start for the bowling side.
Absolutely. Duca again on the leg side. Getting a little bit of in-swing movement there, Chris, but just needs to adjust his start line.
Well, if he's looking to swing it in, he's just starting it way too straight, starting at an outside leg stump. Needs to be outside off. Needs to adjust quickly.
Better. Too far. It's a chance. Jack Gaskin there in the front court. Oh, and they've snuck a second off the third ball of the match Great eyes from Damien Guild and Cruz Harbour-Connell. A lapse in concentration for New Zealand early.
Yeah, Harbour-O'Connell played that beautifully. Left the first two for wides. Beautiful up down for two, and then to steal one as well. Momentum with Australia.
Oh, that one staying low and sneaking through. Said momentum, Chris, and it's something we talk about a lot in indoor cricket. How important is momentum in this game?
Oh, it's crucial, especially for the fielders. The opening pair, it's their job just not to give any momentum to the fielding side. You don't want to give them any outs. So a great start for Australia.
Flat into leg side. Scrimmager cleaning up there for no run.
Good fight back here from Duka though. He got it where he wanted, a little bit fuller outside off the previous ball. And that one, although O'Connell played a wonderful shot, decided not to run.
Ball, third ball. Straight to missed run. Chance.
He'll be going upstairs, I'm sure of it.
DRS. Not sure if it's a direct hit or not, but we have the DRS system here. Umpire Ben Brading will make sure of it.
This is the one that always confuses me in indoor. For me, the ball's hit the stumps, but the keeper's taking the bails off first, but then the ball's still at the stumps, I believe. That's still fine.
So my understanding of the rule is that as long as the stumps are on the line, even if the bails are broken, if the stumps are hit, then it is out. And it's called one. Unfortunately, we haven't got a replay here, but my only assumption would be that the ball never got to the stumps.
No, for me, that was just a brilliant piece of running because it was hit straight to the 3 line on the offside, and he acted quickly. Didn't throw it hard, but it was a reasonable throw, hit direct. And I just think because it was third ball, he knew he had to back up so far, got down there. Brilliant start for Australia.
Absolutely. We're very, very happy to get 8 off Dukas over.
Well, it's not a huge big over, but it's momentum to Australia. No wickets, they played it well.
No doubt.
Risks.
They'll be looking for early chances, New Zealand. I think that's an early chance. They've got to prove to themselves, I think, that they can take wickets against this really talented Australian batting lineup.
Brock, as you know, it just takes one out to get yourself back in the game. It's what New Zealand need is their first wicket.
Wide to Harbour-Connell, and he puts it up for 2 runs. Great shot from Cruz Harbour-Connell.
Oh, it's just great technique as well because he's actually going towards the ball, getting nicely behind it, just punching into the ground. I think he might be quite a good outdoor player, is he?
Oh, not too bad. Actually, I couldn't. He would be, surely, with his technique. I know for a fact that Cruz Harbour-Connell, I've said this on previous broadcasts, Cruz Harbour-Connell, Angus Bloxham and Tom Murray in this Australian under-18 side, and their front 8 are in the Western Australian Open men's side to compare to the 2024 Australian Championship next year, and I'll be playing against them, and I'm genuinely considering retirement, considering the way that some of these boys bat and bowl. We also, looking through, we have 1, 2, 3 Queenslanders. We have another Western Australian and Keegan Lynch, and then Damien Guild, the lone New South Welsh and the skipper. Very diverse crew here, and it shows how strong Australian indoor cricket is, obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a dead giveaway for me. It's their ability to, how well they move their feet and their balance and how they get in position and get behind the ball. Love watching that, getting behind it and punching it.
Absolutely. Just got a short break here. Haven't spotted it just yet. It's
A little bit of an injury break.
yeah, Ollie Beale's just getting some treatment on a finger. Bad one. It's not one you want. He's getting them splintered together. So he'll take that off to bat.
I have a feeling it might have been a slight dislocation which has been put back.
I'm glad I missed it then, because my skin will crawl.
Yeah, I don't like that either. So, I mean, in New Zealand, there's a very big crossover between outdoor cricket and indoor cricket, and as you've just described, obviously the same in Australia.
Yeah, we have a long list of Australian state players, and some gone into international honours off the top of my head. Josh Philippi, Jai Richardson, Cameron Boyce. We also have up-and-coming players coming through the ranks, especially in Victoria. We have Jake Fraser McGurk, and we have Mackenzie Harvey, who are playing in the Big Bash. We've got Clive Rose. We all go all the way back. We've got the Ward brothers, the Lee brothers who played.
Steve Smith,
Michael Clark. There's a huge list of players, and I mean, I'm sure you've heard it. The thought that indoor ruins your outdoor, and I obviously completely disagree. I think it absolutely adds to your ability, both with the ball and the bat and fielding. You can tell the elite fielders who have come from indoor cricket. We're back on here, scrimmager bowling to Damien Guild.
good delivery, just bounced a little bit outside off. Have noticed on the surface the odd ball just tends to climb. You see a lot of batsmen talking to non-strikers saying sort of went through the top a little bit and bounced more than they expected.
Yeah, especially with some of the tall timber on this field at the moment. Outswinger, played hard. Oh, Scrimgeour just didn't grab it. 2 scored from Damien Guild, another half chance.
Yeah, it's a good shot. I was going to say exactly that. It's one of those half chances. Ball sticks, good chance of a run out.
Played flat.
Oh.
Mix up! Gone! Got him! Poor communication and a wicket for New Zealand.
That's what I've noticed a lot, how the game's changed from when I played. Generally, if you played a good shot, you ran. There's no hesitation. Now there's a lot of not running, and quite often that creates a little bit of confusion, as we saw there. It was stop, start, gave New Zealand plenty of time to effect the out. Gets New Zealand right back in it.
Gatwood, easy as you like, back to the keeper to effect the run out.
Yeah, I like your point about while we're waiting for the stumps, because they take forever, about the indoor-outdoor. I think good outdoor players, if they play good cricket shots, I think still very effective.
No doubt. We do the Guild. Down into a chance if a direct hit. It's Oliver Beale down there after his fingers taped down the front court. Again, couple of half chances. Just one or two going to hand, and New Zealand will be in front.
Yeah, looking sharp though. That's good. Maybe the ball was stuck in that tape, but he's had his finger just dislocated. Beale.
O'Connell, another great shot. Half a chance again, and I'm giving that out if he hits. It's 3 chances this over. A great shot from Cruz Harbour Connell, but fantastic fielding of his own bowling by Scrimgeour.
Yeah, New Zealand back in at 11 after 2. Tell you what, I mean, that was a terrific shot. And he moves between the stumps as well. He's pretty quick, Harbour O'Connell. But the bowler did so well there, hit just before the 3 line, up high. Scrimgeour back flicked it, and I think if it had hit, it would have been going upstairs. I think it would have been just short. So fielding's been sharp. Just got to turn a couple of those half chances into wins for New Zealand.
Shows the quality, the skill level that they're doing, that they're able to create a half chance off a genuine wire. We have Marco Scoble coming in to Cruz Harbour Connell. Excellent fielding there by Dan Van Straten at the off 3 line. Having watched a lot of cricket this week, Chris, I find that on these courts, probably targeting the top of the stumps or maybe leg stumps, try and limit them. That one's called no ball off the pitch. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we've been a little bit, I think people are a little bit too wide of off stump. I think you've got to create, you've got to make them play. And I think there's, and to be fair, I think it's because the bowlers are so skilled, a lot of them are swinging it both ways, maybe trying to do too much.
There's another one, short outside off stump, that Cruz Harbour Connell takes that one for 2. I think they want to, at this age group, want to prove that they have the skills to do all the different things that maybe miss the basics slightly.
Yeah, I just think sometimes we mix it up more than we need to.
But there's a great shot from Damien Guild. Managing to get it up and over Jack Gaskin, which is no mean feat, for 2 runs.
Well, that was an attempted faster off spinner from Scoble. Just too short.
Again, wide of off stump. Oh, another half chance with another direct hit. I was gone again. Van Straten getting plenty of ball at off line.
He is. Just got to start hitting. That was slightly better than a half chance because it came to him quickly. Just had to hit.
Chance caught! Oh, stumped anyway. I think the catcher has dropped. Takes the stumps and Guild is out.
Exactly what we're talking about. Just that line for me started more into the stumps, just went away. Was forced to play. Just feet got stuck a little bit. Bit of a fumble. And then a good regather without panicking. The keeper did well.
I thought Guild might have got an edge on it in any case. He did take the catch. No matter, he broke the stumps. It's out one way or the other. Australia back to 14. Fantastic work from Scoble.
You do a little bit of coaching. It's one thing I've seen a lot of, and it frustrates me. Maybe the coaches ask the players to do it. When they bowl 2 terrific deliveries, get a 3rd ball, and then they bowl a change-up. That frustrates me a little bit.
Sometimes, as we see the crowd here with Connor Gatwood. And then Cruz Harbour Connell, another fantastic shot, and making sure he gets through. Look, on 3rd ball with some coaches, they have specific plans. Maybe a quicker bowler, you want to try and beat the bat and make the keeper, because the easiest way to get an out is to just get the keeper to hit the stumps. But I agree. You see Gatwood again. Called no ball, too high. Above his shoulder in the batting stance by umpire Ben Brading. It was pretty tight.
Yeah, brave call. I don't think there was above shoulders.
Yeah. But I do agree that if you've beaten someone with 2 balls in a row, why not try it again and create, in worst case scenario, it's a single. Quality cricket from Cruz Harbour-Connell. Full face to the bat.
He's played beautifully. He's played that shot. He's been so strong through that offside. Yeah, no, I agree. It depends. There are different plans. Sometimes change-up can be good if the batsman's coming at you particularly.
Ricardo, Van Straten, half a chance with the flick. Guild not quite getting that out of the middle, just dragging it down the pitch for 1 run. Connor Gatwood, Chris has been the standout bowler for New Zealand this week. 16 wickets across his 6 games, -5 runs conceded across the entire tournament.
Phenomenal stats.
Jack Gaskin throws to the top. Not in time. Cruz Harbour-Connell gets through. Building these 2 after a couple of wickets in this pair, and they're at 25. 2 balls to go. Seb Heath just making sure of the stumps, as always. There it is again, that off-stump line, maybe just creeping into middle stump, top of the stumps is where you want to be.
Yeah, no issue for Australia though. Terrific start. 25 opening up. Exactly what the coach would have wanted. So New Zealand will be desperate for 1 more wicket.
Good call. Consolidates at 25. Captain Damien Guild says that'll do us for now. And he'll head off with Cruz Harbour-Connell. Onto the court comes Kobe Fitzgerald and Jude Carney for Australia.
Yeah, I think that's a terrific start for Australia. In a big funnel like this, I mean, they're obviously on track for 100. You take that every day of the week. I think in the previous game, the women's game, was a little bit unusual, 140 playing 130. But definitely, I mean, you call this men's cricket even though it's under 17. Most of these guys are men.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, I'm looking up at absolutely everyone in this division, and I'm nowhere near their age. But I think if you're looking at the previous 2 games, you're right. New Zealand in that second match was 75 after 10 overs, looking towards 100, and then in the first game, 81 to 76. So you're looking in that 80 to 100 window for a score. Hopefully New Zealand can get a couple of wickets and pull that back in at the moment, but Australia happy with where they're at the moment.
And I think in the final too, if you bat first and you get anywhere in that sort of 89, if you get to 100, that's a big ask in a big final to try and chase down.
In any form of cricket, of course, runs on the board, chasing is always going to be a mental barrier for some players. As see the New Zealand captain Jack Gaskin on to bowl the 5th over. Chance at the top, maybe. Jude Kearney playing that one down into the roof, scurrying through for a single.
I like the left-right hand combination for Australia as well. Just makes it more difficult for the New Zealand bowlers who most of them will change over and around. Just makes it so much more difficult to be consistent for your 6 deliveries.
Absolutely.
Good move by Aussie.
Yeah. Gaskin bowling an outswing and past the outside edge of Kobe Fitzgerald. You're right, because it's 2 different start lines to come to your top of your mark, and you're aiming for 2 different spots. If you can't execute, easy runs down either side of the pitch with wides.
Tell you what, that's a terrific delivery from Gaskin.
Sent upstairs by umpire Ben Brading. And I think Jude Carney might be in trouble here.
The experience tells me this is tight. Good bit of fielding. Again, terrific delivery. Bowling that line you talked about. More into the stumps. Great back flick. Again, hesitation.
Carney
and that's
not
what's
getting
cost him.
Out, comfortably out. We'll just wait for umpire Brading's confirmation.
Wonderful bit of fielding. The reason I like that fielding, it was composed. Didn't try and do too much, just got it to the keeper.
There it is, confirmed by umpire Brading, giving out Van Straten in the game a lot early, going to off sweeper. Getting plenty of chances.
Yeah, he's been offline's been busy, hasn't he? He's got 1 at the bowler's end, he missed a couple. Missed 1 at the keeper's end, whereas perhaps the throw was just not quite hard enough, but that was brilliant. We're talking about that indoor-outdoor. You can be guaranteed as an outdoor player, if you come and play indoor cricket, I assure you your fielding will get considerably better in the outdoor game.
Absolutely, as Gaskin bowls to Carney, and that's a great shot. Over off, sweeper for 3, playing through the line. Much more positive from Carney.
That for me is probably the cream of the cream of the indoor cricket shot. Down, up, over, off or leg line, hitting the 3 line. No better shot in the game. Terrifically executed.
Just Again, I think that shape's really troubling Kobe Fitzgerald. Starting on leg stump, taking it away from him, not getting his head in line maybe and playing with his hands, just nicking it around there to Beal it is in the corner.
I don't mind that. That was a good ball and happy not to run. Good option.
Push down the leg side line, last ball. And that will take the over to 1 for 1 for Jack Gaskin. Great start for New Zealand. Plenty of chances. They've taken one. Can they maintain that momentum?
That's what they desperately had to do, New Zealand, after that wonderful partnership from Australia, first up with 25. Had to start well against the second pair, and they have.
Absolutely. Carney and Fitzgerald just getting some advice from Australian coach Jeff Latham.
It's the other thing I love about under cricket, you say this is another important over, but you seem to feel like you're saying that every over needs to be backed up, New Zealand.
Scoville bowling his second over early. That's flat. Scoville hits. Oh. Well fielded off his own bowling, but doesn't throw the stumps down. Carney gets through for 2 runs. Interesting fact, Australian coach Jeff Latham, born and mostly raised in New Zealand.
I know, he's actually coached for New Zealand as well.
Yeah. More wide.
So you guys pinched him?
Absolutely, yeah.
Does a great job too, doesn't he?
Victorian Open men's current player. Fantastic player, great coach.
Does he run a centre over there?
No, I'm not sure. I don't believe so, but definitely works a lot, as we see Kobe Fitzgerald. I know he does a lot of work at Croydon Indoor Sports Centre in Victoria, which is owned by current Australian men's player Justin Perkins.
Nice.
So,
I just thought we could give him a plug. He's given a lot to the game.
I mean, to be fair, not a bad shout with most of the people here. Scoville called leg side by umpire Brading, just drifting down Carney's legs.
Another interesting fact, Scoville came 3 days late because he was playing outdoor cricket in Australia. Just got a 50 and an 8, then jumped on a plane and came over.
There you go. That's well played by Carney over Ben Stratton at leg sweeper, but only 1 run kept off.
I think he's just playing club cricket over there, actually.
Last ball. Beats the bat. Oh, and well taken. No
Good
run.
fight back, though, wasn't it, Australia? 11 off. Good over.
Absolutely.
Just what this pair needed.
Moving forward. Getting a bit of a holding pattern, I think, here at the moment. I know that was a good over for Australia, but I think you can feel in the centre here there's an aura of expectation maybe that something's about to happen. Sort of on a bit of a knife's edge.
I can certainly feel the tension. I think the good news for New Zealand, lots of half chances, but the ball's got in the hand nicely. What I don't like is when people start trying to rush and hurry and all of a sudden snatching at it and they're not getting the ball in their hands. To get the ball in your hands, you give yourself a chance. And I think that's one thing New Zealand have done really well. So that shows that they've got some composure.
Absolutely. Severe bowling just past Jack Gaskin at leg side for Duke Carney and onto the 2-net. See how Ollie Beale goes with the strapping on his finger on his bowling hand. Shouldn't give him
Could make
too
it
much.
challenging, couldn't it?
Well, it could give him extra grip also. As that's just a bit wide and Kobe Fitzgerald takes full advantage. Never know. I honestly think it'll probably be a disadvantage for him, obviously, but see how he performs. Changing the field. Connor Gatwood going across to leg point. One's on the legs. Another chance if he hits. Not quite. In New Zealand, I guess, where I'm from, the ACT in Canberra, we have cover, point, leg side. Do you guys have any other names for fields? It's a great side. In indoor cricket specifically?
Oh, it's quite often they call one back on the offside short cover, but indoor cricket terms pretty much same as yours. Offline leg line.
We have, as we see Beale here again, that's a great cutter. Straight back into Kobe Fitzgerald, well played. I think we have 3, maybe 4 different names for the 3 lines. 2-line, 3-line, sweeper and Khan. So, it's a great shot from Kobe Fitzgerald. We do our own internal interpretation within our own country.
Yeah, in New Zealand we're a bit too lazy to have too many terms, so it's just off and leg line.
These two have moved to 19 for this pair. Australia now on 44, moving into the final over of this second pair.
What is noticeable, though, you mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast, actually trying to get the bowl a little bit straighter, more sort of middle and leg. So when you do get a little bit shorter, it's a bit more difficult for the batsmen, and we've seen them be more challenged when it's at their body. When they've got room outside the off stump, most indoor cricketers are going to put your way down and up over short cover or the man one back.
Yeah, absolutely, especially players of this quality. Dan Van Straten called no ball, first ball. Last over pair means that Australia can re-bowl that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that height call, but it was definitely wide anyway. So it was 2. Same result.
2 either way, just gave him the chance to hit it if he wanted, he didn't, so onwards and upwards we go. 6 balls left still. That's a cutter from Van Straten, well bowled. Spills into the corner. Gee, he's got a rocket arm down there, Marco Scoble, doesn't he? That came back at some rate.
That was a rocket. Tell you what, Van Straten, though, he's quite a bustly bowler. First one he had some good heat on it, then the next one was a change-up off-spinner. Actually gripped in the surface. Spun quite a bit. That could be a challenging ball if he gets it right to the left-hander.
Absolutely. Jude Carney on strike now. The cutter. Hit home. That is incredible. Seb Heath at the back. Are you kidding me? Love to get a replay of that, but that is genuinely sideways.
That is absolutely brilliant. I was going to say it would have been a bit of a specky, but he hit it into the ground. But it is safe 5, and that's as good as an out. That's the type of fielding that just lifts the whole team. Brilliant.
That is +4 to New Zealand, 100%. Jack Gaskin gets a touch. Direct hit given out by umpire Brady. Fantastic fielding.
And that's what it creates. That brilliant bit of fielding by Heath the previous over just sparks the energy, sparks everyone. And that's a brilliant out. Cover in close, uses the body, keeps his composure, pats it onto the stumps. That's class. That's class indoor cricket.
He's such a presence in that front court, and he has. I watched them yesterday against South Africa, and he just gets so many touches on the ball and creates doubt in the running.
They'll just try and get in really close in the batsman's space, try and make themselves feel big.
Jardine drags that one down. That's the coach killer that we talk about, following a wicket with a wide.
I'm not even coaching, and that kills me. You do all that great work, 2 brilliant balls before, and then you just let them off the hook. Just gives Australia a chance to get their composure back as well. That's the most important thing. You want to keep them under pressure, wherever you're playing.
Exactly right. Another touch for Gaskin. It spills through the side net for 2 runs. It's a better line.
You don't mind that ball. That was the off spinner. If that gripped, that would have been tough. But it was a good shot.
I think also the natural variation in this deck. When Van Straten's bowling these cards, I just saw one really grip to Kobe Fitzgerald last over from Scoble, and these ones just sort of sliding through. Another one down in an early call of no from Kobe Fitzgerald. Not taking on Scrimgeour there at leg line. Final ball of this pair.
Well, his off spin has certainly been the most effective. When he's bowled his quicker one, he's bowled a no ball and a wide.
Carter wide, taken advantage of. And that will take the pair to 24. A run and ball, 24 for Jude Carney and Kobe Fitzgerald.
Yeah, they did well, the Australian pair. Very, very good, because they were put under pressure early by New Zealand, just one off the first over. And there was another out in that pair, and I thought they fought back really well. And to have Australia 49 after 8 overs, I think the coach should be more than happy. It's a great start.
Absolutely. We have Damon Bass and Keegan Lynch coming to the crease for Australia. Chris, I don't know if you've been able to watch the Australian under-17s this week too much, but I've said to a previous commentator of mine about these two, the only way I can describe them is greyhounds. And I honestly don't think they'll get run out unless there's a miscommunication.
No, I have watched them. I've watched probably 3 of the games, and these two are lightning between the wickets.
Elite between there. Let alone their ball striking, but their calling between the wickets is elite.
Well, like you said, because they're so fast between the wickets, their ball striking doesn't have to be quite as good because they are whippets. The only time they generally get run out, there's a little bit of miscommunication.
Gaskin to start. In, hard, chance! Oh. Immediately looking for the second run when it goes past Seb Heath at the back. Dan Van Straten with a shot, the stump's not hitting. I mean, there's a chance straight off the bat.
I had a wee giggle because that might have been run out. First ball, just after we said they won't get run out. But good news for New Zealand, still very much in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaskin back over the wicket to the right-handed Lynch, and he takes 2. Too far outside off stump, too much width.
have a feeling this pair too might look, from previous games I've watched, they look for a lot of doubles as well. So you really, your off and leg line need to doing a little bit of covering. Which I haven't seen, that's the one thing I haven't seen a lot of in this tournament.
Yeah, I totally agree. Damon Bass looks to go aggressive outside the off stump, but beaten. Damon also, his younger brother Julian played in the 15s and was victorious before, so good cricketing family.
Quite often runs in the family, doesn't it? Younger ones normally better because they get beaten up by the older one.
Great shot by Damon, hitting it up.
And more so because they've got to lift their standard to try and compete with the older ones.
Oh, no doubt. And my finest example is the Flores family in the ACT. Benji's the youngest. He's now playing some quality cricket in Queensland Premier Cricket. But we've got Timmy, Matthew and Jason as well. Great shot for Keegan Lynch. Leg side, down, up for 3 runs.
Yeah, terrific batting. Wasn't a bad ball either, but it was just terrific batting.
Well, that's where you want to bowl. That's where we're looking for New Zealand to bowl, but can't do much about good cricket shots. Slow ball, well bowled. Seemed to maybe go away from Bass, and he's left it alone for a dot. 9 off the first.
Yeah, look, I think New Zealand have bowled okay, and I think the fielding's been reasonably sharp. Sure, as you're always getting into cricket, there's been a few half chances they haven't converted. But as we know how quickly this game can change, a couple of big overs here from New Zealand, very much back to even Stevens. For me, Australia just slightly ahead at the moment.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
Very close.
Seb Heath to bowl the 10th. And I think, again, as I said earlier, the thing that will give New Zealand confidence is the amount of chances that they are creating throughout the time. Yes, they're not coming to hand, but if they can keep creating it. Law of averages says they'll get 1. It's hard into the roof and eventually finds the side net for 2 runs.
I just feel to these two, I've seen enough. I just think people have bowled a little bit too short to them. I think you've got to be a bit fuller. That's the one chance I think you have of getting through them.
That one is full. Scrimmajaw cleans up and offline. Damon Bass, as I've seen, likes to drive through the line, and you can sometimes use the strength as a weakness. If he does and is compulsive in that shot, you just bring his 3 line fielders back. There's another full delivery. Scrimmajaw unable to get that back. Bring them back, and if they hit straight to the field, you've got easy run out.
Yeah, well, most left-handers don't need a second invitation if you give them any width outside off stump. Generally just throw that. We just throw our hands at it.
You and me both. Great dive from Keegan Lynch. And great shot from Damon Bass.
He's the quickest out of the two of them.
Look, honestly, I think it's Keegan. Keegan Lynch on strike now. Gaskin, direct hit, and Lynch was gone. Out of his crease on contact, giving New Zealand a chance, but not taken. I've heard fantastic reports about Keegan. He was in the Australian 22s development camp. It was in Brisbane a couple of weeks ago, and people have raving reviews. Everyone wants to bat with him because he's so good between the wickets and he has such good calling. And also because he plays good cricket shots.
Yeah, and again,
there it
example.
is. There's the 2. New Zealand switch off, and Keegan Lynch and Damon Bass pits a second.
So they're just those little things for me as a coach, just those little 1%ers that you think during a game don't really matter, but you just have offline leg line, aren't doing anything at that time, come back because someone shied, all of a sudden you stop that run, you stop the momentum. Because for me, that pitching that second run, it's not just about the extra run, it's just about the momentum. And it's like, we've caught you sleeping again. And it just shows that, we're switched on, you're not. And I just think it sends a message. And that's those little 1%ers that really irritate me.
Absolutely. There's a saying that world-class teams do the basics at a world-class level. I think that is what Australia throughout this week have shown. There have been 100% have been elite glimpses from every other country at the tournament, but I think that's why we see Australia in all 4 finals today. As Jake Duker bowling the 11th over, starts with a wide.
And the other reason it's crucial in most of these games, these big games, generally, when they're close, they're decided by 2 or 3 runs. That can be the difference. Just one of those little saves.
Full. Driven hard by Bass, spilled onto the 3 net. 3 calls of no there, I think, from Damon Bass. He was happy not to challenge Seb Heath.
And then a wee frustration because if he had a run, he would have got 3. And I think, again, the running between the wickets causes
a little bit of snatchiness from the New Zealand players. They want to get the ball back to the stumps and clean. We've got a third ball opportunity.
They have to run now.
Bold shot. Chance! Out! I'm giving that out straight away. No need for DRS for umpire Ben Brading.
He thought about going DRS though, didn't he? He thought, oh, no, I'm pretty sure that's out. It's a good decision.
We'll see on the replay.
And to be fair, he's hit it very hard to the bowler, who's got down very quickly. Tell you what, he was comfortably out, but he's not far away, is he?
Considering the pace with which he hit it, I'll tell you what. Yeah.
You certainly need a little bit more of that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I did say that they wouldn't get run out without miscommunication. I've been proved wrong, which is not such a bad thing. Great shot from Keegan Lynch. Again, just not quite to hand. Dan Van Straten there at 3-line.
I'm sure, based on history and how New Zealand have gone against Australia in this tournament, I'm sure the goal would have been trying to keep them under 80.
Oh, chance! 2 at one end! Jack Gaskin has flicked it to the back net. Oh, another chance for New Zealand.
Yeah, big missed opportunity. That again, it's just not switched on. No one talking, no one saying bowlers in, and just ends up costing you.
Chris, do you think they might have changed their goalpost a little bit? I know that 80 is the goal and 80 is still possible at the moment. Do you think maybe the goalposts have changed to keeping you under 100?
Slightly, yeah. Oh no, I think probably not 100. They'll be thinking not under 90. You want to try and get them goals that are going to push you, but you know you're going to have to work hard to achieve. And I mean, still, as we know, in one over it can change. You have a big negative over here, but these two look pretty switched on.
Strike bowler coming on for the 12th over. Connor Gatwood, Damon Bass tucked in. Jack Gaskin, chance at the top. Just wide of Seb Heath. Just there. Keegan Lynch just dived, gotten back up, turned around, looked at Damon Bass, looking for a second, no matter what.
I think New Zealand realise the importance of this. They've gone to one of their big guns. Oh, that's out.
Chance, maybe if he had have taken the stumps. Not done. Shy of the top, and Keegan Lynch safe for 2 more runs.
You would have seen it. That point net, it varies so much, the bounce. Sometimes you had a great shot, and it's back in the keeper's gloves. Got to be very careful.
Gatwood to Bass. Past Van Straten for 2 more runs. I think, Chris, you can see, and you might be able to see it on the broadcast, that there's the double netting, and it's probably 3 foot that comes up off the ground and then into the single netting. There is a significant variance in how it bounces. Lynch, through hand and scrimmage for 3 runs.
Yeah, that bounce. You're absolutely right. It's significantly different. That was just, again, one of those little 1%ers trying to rush a little bit, just not stopping it, costing New Zealand a couple of runs.
Again to Bass. That's well lent on. Damon Bass takes the easy 2 there. And they move to 30 for the Skin with 1 ball remaining.
Love that shot from Bass. What he did well, just delayed the shot, just played it a little bit later under his eyes. Wonderful batting.
Short ball caught, no ball. And that'll be an extra delivery. 3 off the ball.
Good umpiring, I agree with that call.
Yeah, just too short from Gatwood.
Can't be that easy when you're well above the bowler, try and see those no balls. That was a good call.
Absolutely. Shorter again and pulled away from Bass for 2 more. They move to 35 for the pair. 84 is the score.
Absolutely wonderful batting. We talked about they couldn't be run out. They got run out once, but outside of that, magnificent batting, these two.
Showing their class in that they're able to still score 35 with 1 out, which means they scored 40 plus runs throughout the pair in 24 deliveries.
But to take the words out of your mouth, during that partnership, New Zealand will certainly readjust now, and the target will certainly be try and keep them under 100. Because if this pair gets away, 110, wow, that's going to be a tough chase.
Absolutely. We've got Angus Bloxham and Tom Murray at the crease now for Australia. 2 proud Western Australians, and as I mentioned previously, 2 members of the 2024 Western Australian Open men's side, 2 quality players who are aggressive in their approach. I can guarantee you that Angus and Tom will be looking to hit straight and hard.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's a left-right hand combination again? Or is it 2 lefties?
So Angus is left-handed and Tom right?
Yeah. Again, just like that formula from Australia. Again, just makes it challenging, or more challenging for the New Zealand bowlers.
Angus Bloxham, one of 5 Australian batters to have over 100 runs in this tournament. Tom Murray, not far away, 6 games, 99, but between them, averaging a tick over 18 and a tick over 16. So, I mean, look, I think, honestly, if they can keep this pair at 25 and under 110, they're still in the game.
Yeah, I think we've got to give Australia credit for the batting line. I don't think New Zealand have bowled too badly. It's sure there's been a couple of more wides than I'd like and perhaps a little bit wide, but generally they've bowled some terrific deliveries and the fielding's been solid. There's been some missed opportunities, but I just think Australia have, in a big situation, a big final, have played beautifully.
They've batted well in parts, but you're right. I think, honestly, easily in double digits for the amount of chances that New Zealand have created. Yeah, it just hasn't, for one reason or another, come to hand or hit the stumps.
And as you know, if you pull off a couple of those, momentum is everything in this game. You get 3 or 4, you get in a run.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a lonely place to bat sometimes.
Even 3 of those 10 chances takes them to 69. As we see Seb Heath bowling the 13th. Angus blocks and tucks it around the corner. Chance! Oh, maybe not as fast as the previous 2. Angus and Tom.
I was about to say, great player, a little bit larger in frame, so he's going to take a little bit more energy and perhaps a little bit longer for him to get to the crease.
His advantage is he has to take about 6 steps to get to the other end. He's to Murray, and that's well played. Gaskin attempted flick to the bottom end, unsuccessful.
I tell you what, I don't know what the guys are eating these days, but there's some like solid-looking players in these under-17 tournament, isn't there?
There's just some giants. There's in the blocks, and that's gives himself room. Angus loves to free his hands, and they really need to tie him up in here because he's got great feet and great eyes to get in line with it and play it up onto the 2 net.
You see, I don't mind that. That's the way to do it. He's actually got in line to start with and then moved away.
Good early call of no. Murray not getting that down into that point net, as we said, and straight back to the keeper.
That was a good call. I reckon they both hit it pretty hard outdoors as well, these two.
Absolutely, mate. Another bottom edge. Well bowled by Seb Heath, just beating Tom Murray for pace. Not the line they wanted, but still 2 dots, 3rd ball.
Oh, this is key for New Zealand and for Heath now. Create an opportunity here.
Beats him, chance! Direct hit. It will go upstairs, but I think we can tell from the body language they're not confident.
Yeah, New Zealand, not that confident at all. I think he's comfortably home. But get on the umpire for checking. If you're any doubt, you've got the facility, you might as well use it.
Totally agree. A small break and play while umpire Brady changes his decision to out, given out, direct hit.
Well,
makes the difference.
Also shows me that, I don't know, I'd like New Zealand to be like going a lot more up than that. Energy for me, that shows perhaps just a little bit, they're a little bit frustrated with the position they're in. But the only way to get yourself back in this game, guys, is to up it. Yeah, I mean, that to me is close. I would have expected a lot more energy and he's screaming.
Yeah, 100%, especially in a World Series Grand Final. But never know, they each their own. Some people I know within my own teams are a little bit more insecure in how they show their emotion. Big scrimmager bowling the 14th. Murray flat for 2 runs, well played.
Yeah, nice shot. Played it under his eyes, didn't fall over, held his balance beautifully. Hit it crisply too.
Yeah, he's hit him well all week, Tom, as well as Angus. And again, I think the benefit there was I did tie him up and keeping him to one side of the wicket. Wide for Bloxham. He'll be disappointed with that, missing out on an easy 2, and I've seen him in previous games just try and flat bat that to the back net. So yeah. Take the dot, New Zealand.
Shot.
There it is. Oh, Seb Heath, unfortunately, not able to keep that one off, and it's a side back 4.
Good shot though, aggressive, it was fully committed to the drive. Didn't give the offline guy any chance. Heath, probably disappointed he didn't stop it, but nice shot.
Now, sliding down the leg side. I know, having watched it, they have to be aware of the threat that Murray and Bloxham pose, and maybe that's meaning that they're just trying to be a bit fine with their margins. And again, scrum and draw down the leg side. Because I know that the coach is saying, if you give them room, they're going to go.
It can be frustrating though, because this is what it can create. You get 2 straight and you're down leg side, and all of a sudden giving away 4 for no chance for an out. Better.
Well kept off that time by Seb Heath. In the air through leg line, but wide of Connor Gatwood. And 3 runs added to the total.
Well, what New Zealand have to do now, it's going to be a tough ask, but to try and keep them around that 100, low 100s, got to be easy targets, got to be thinking, guys, we just need 1 out and over. We've got 6 balls, keep calm, just take the next opportunity. 1 out and over here, and they can keep them something in that sort of 104, 105.
Absolutely, especially in 6 ball overs now. I know that they're still going quite hard at the ball, but it's tough to get back into square or positives if you lose a wicket in an over.
I know Bill's got that off spinner as well that we've seen gripping the surface, might be quite handy to the left-handed blocks him.
Oh, tight called in the leg side, but called wide by umpire Brading. And I think Chris might have thought it snuck in.
Yeah, it was tight. I love it when the umpires go wide on the line. Go, if you can see that, you got better eyes than me.
Called no ball over the shoulder. 4 runs off that one.
Given the wide call, to me that I don't think that's over shoulder height.
The rule is over shoulder height in a batting stance, so he is here, but I agree. Blocks him, goes hard, off hands, Ben Stratton, chance! Direct hit was 100% out.
Yeah, there was a
Didn't
chance.
quite get it. Yeah, I agree. I think that Murray got into a bent position to play that shot, and it's hard. I guess it's hard for the umpire to judge, but I totally agree. Yeah, well bowled, well played, straight lines.
And to be fair to him, I mean, if he's consistent through both innings, absolutely fine. And he might call some that I think are margin on the next innings. So, to be fair, that may be his line.
Just wide. Maybe a little lax on the running there. Van Straten with a direct hit might have caught him short, but Murray's done well to get it over Gaskin to cover.
Yeah, still battling hard, New Zealand. And to be fair, the batsman got DRS, so more against him, isn't it?
Noble off the pitch, down the leg side. And an extra single. Finally, the umpires net first. There's 3 runs. They move to 25 with 1 over left. And it's a significant fight back from Australia.
Yeah, just some unnecessary mistakes that over. A couple of no balls that were not necessary. And I was talking, if they bowl well, keep them to 104, 105. Australia's thinking now if they can bat well, they're looking at 120. And then it becomes a different ball game. Then effectively, to have any chance, New Zealand have to absolutely belt the house down.
Well, I mean, we've seen the 17 girls do it, so we know it's a chance. And 140 isn't out of the question on this deck.
So on that theory, if 140 is not, then 120 isn't either.
Not at all. You never know. You never know, especially in indoor cricket. That's why we love this game. Dan Van Straten to bowl 16th over. Carter to block some. Early call of no. Murray a bit down, and Angus blocks and thinks twice about the second. Thought he was batting with Keegan Lynch.
Yeah, don't think he would have made it. Good start though. And Stratton, it's a big last over for New Zealand, just to have a little bit of momentum to go into their batting innings.
Cutter on the legs and blocks him. Well bowled. Again, well played by Bloxham.
Yeah, I think New Zealand might have a strategy for leg line, maybe be a little bit deeper for Bloxham on the leg side. I'd like him to be up in this last over particularly because I don't think he's going to be looking to take any unnecessary risks.
As you say that, Chris, Tom Murray tries to hit that one over to Abu Dhabi.
I reckon he got a wee feather on that. I reckon that's a missed opportunity. Sure I heard a wee nick. Unnecessary shot though, isn't it?
They have full confidence in their abilities no matter the situation, these players. More so than me, probably.
Well, that's why they're here.
Oh, outside edge. And as you say, Chris, how'd you say?
Yeah, it's set offline again, a little bit deep. I just think so important New Zealand try and get some momentum by getting a wicket.
Do you think they're being too defensive rather than being too positive?
Absolutely. I think to be fair to them, their lines are deep because these guys are very aggressive on the drive.
That one will be a wide. 2 extra runs added and an extra ball. Angus Bloxham asking umpire Ben Braden to bowl it again. I think you're right, Chris. If you're going to get a wicket, you're going to get it in the front court probably, and if it's going to come to you, it's going to come quick either way. So,
just gives you a little bit of momentum.
Oh, as we say, it goes straight to Scrimgeour. Takes a great reflex catch, a deep through line.
And that's why I'm here and not out there. Brilliant strategy from New Zealand.
He is absolutely at the cover off that.
The coaching staff assuring me that trap was set for him. I think it's cost him a couple of run-out opportunities previously, but I have to say, plans worked.
It's a great grab from Scrimgeour as well.
Maybe taking a couple of overs too long, but
Final ball of this batting innings. Cutter, inside edge. Well, no by Tom Murray, and Australia will finish on 110 for their batting innings.
tell you what, brilliant from Australia, you have to say. Coach and the team would have chewed your hand off to take that score. Must give credit to New Zealand. I thought they stayed in the fight, they battled hard. Australia could have comfortably come out with 120. And as I said, those wickets, that wicket gives them a little bit of momentum. And now I believe a fighting chance if they bat beautifully.
Totally agree. We'll just take a short break and we'll be back with you for the second inning shortly. All right, welcome back. Start of the second innings, Angus Bloxham bowling to Luke Scrimgeour. Top edge early. Oh, and a run-out chance.
That's 6 over back to square, isn't it? It's a bit of a tough ask on
Save
Bloxham. Just come out batting last, straight in with the new ball in hand.
He'll likely bowl first and the fifth over, so he has done a couple of previous. You talk about 6 over backward cover. We absolutely have to mention New Zealand just demolishing England last night in the Cricket World Cup as well.
That was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Incredible batting. Maybe this year's the year, Chris. And maybe this year's the year for the New Zealand 17s.
Well, you'd hope so. 280. I think they put on 273 with Ringerer and Conway. Expected it from Conway, but for a young guy like Ginger to come in and play like that was incredible to watch.
Fantastic batting.
Spin.
Almost beats Carney. I like the positive intent. Just to finish off on that as an Australian. We support ourselves and anyone playing England, so we'd love to see New Zealand succeed.
We're the same.
Chance, it's a good no call from Scrimgeour. Comes straight back down over the top of the stumps. We'll have an early third ball chance.
Yeah, good from Bloxham. Hasn't created a chance yet, or perhaps half a chance, but hasn't leaked too many either.
Bloxham just Scrimjaw full off Guild's shoulder, up onto the 2 net, and they'll get through. Final ball here from Bloxham in the first over.
So far feels a similar start to what Australia had.
Again, flat to Lynch for no run. That's the over. Only 5 from it, Chris, but I like the positive intent.
Yeah, he didn't run on that last ball, but he played a positive shot, and if he had beaten the field, I'm sure they would have run. So I totally agree. Again, the opening partnership is so much about not giving the fielding side momentum, and as much as you want this opening pair to score 30, 35, if they don't give Australia anything in the field, that in itself creates pressure.
Absolutely. I spoke to Paul in the previous game about chasing such a big total. You don't want to lose wickets, but you can't go out there thinking don't lose wickets. You have to go out there thinking score runs. So it's great that they're doing that.
Well, it's a great saying. You can't win it in the first pair, but you can lose it.
Absolutely. Oh, top edge. No ball called. And that's 2, 4 scored. No ball too high is consistent.
Full credit to the umpire again. That to me is marginal. And it takes away a bit of an art because that doesn't feel that high. But that's the height he has been calling New Zealand. So full credit to the umpire. That's the line that he's calling. He's got it right.
Absolutely. Missed chance for Australia. Ball in hand. Straight back to Ducani. Couldn't take the run out. Bass slides down the leg side. And Seb Heath will take those all day long.
I think it was scrimmage though, a little bit slow to either hear the call or react because he thought he was out and he was hesitating, then realised the no ball called. He got yelled out from the sideline, sprinted home.
Absolutely. Oh, got him. That one might be a bit sore for a little while there. Seb Heath not showing any emotion.
No, he'll be doing some karaoke. He'll be singing some Michael Jackson later tonight.
Well bowled by Damon Bass again. Seb Heath. Oh, Harbour Connell with the flick from keeper. A good dive from Scrimmager.
Yeah, I like that. It's good intent. We talked about it as well. Just to see New Zealanders dive. It's really important that if you do dive that you're good at diving because quite often diving can be actually slower.
Absolutely. Next side line. Outside that from Damon Bass. Australia, I have to mention him. We have probably the best diver in the world in Vinesh Bennett, the Australian Open men's player. And a lot of these boys, when they do dive, are basing it on him. Hard on your chest, wrist up so your bat's on the ground. Chance! Oh, blocks him just wide. It's the end of the second over.
Yeah, that was like one of those half chances we talked about. Blocks him, good slap. It's one of those ones that generally has to hit to be out, but good bit of fielding, got himself in a good position. Moves well for a big guy. Got a good piece of it, just couldn't hit the timber. Yeah, but you're right. I always rated myself as a good diver. It's always on the chest. Always get your wrist up, and I always like, people put the bat on the edge. I don't like that because it can, when it does hit, it can bounce up. I always like to have the bat flat. That way it can't bounce up. Yeah. Rules change in outdoor now. As soon as it crosses the line and you're grounded, it can bounce up, but not in indoor.
Not yet, so you never know, but I know for a fact that it's cost maybe 3 players today their wicket by diving with the bat the wrong way up, with the curve up and the face up. So
and the hand low.
Correct. That shot, oh, Kobe Fitzgerald, all 6 foot something of him at leg line, picks that off the roof.
Good bit of fielding, quite athletic too, got rid of it quickly. Again, good dive from Scrimmager. Good desperation from New Zealand, I like it.
Bass deep for Murray. And that gets around Guild at leg side. Coach Jeff Latham must have spotted something for Seb Heath and Luke Scrimmager.
Yeah, which I like, which New Zealand did, and I was questioning it because it was costing them a couple, I thought. All of a sudden, wicket, so they've obviously seen something.
Murray, great shot. Fantastic shot from Luke Scrimmager. They move to 20. 3 balls left in the third over.
Big difference though there. I see offlines coming back covering like that. But New Zealand so far excellent, 22. No outs to Australia, more importantly.
Great shot. Oh, touch off Kobe Fitzgerald. Oh! I apologise to take my eyes off the game for a moment. There was a chance.
There was the deflection, and Scrimmager, to be fair for me, was just cruising a little bit. Was looking at the ball, and it was real tight. Oh. I actually thought it was probably worth a look upstairs.
Tom Murray, great movement off his own bowling. Here we go one more time as we go live. Murray bowls and just beats the outside edge. We'll go back to live. Might see it again at some point. We'll have a look.
Good from Murray coming round the wicket though when he gets his length right. Oh, lovely shot. Good fielding. Keeps it off the 2 line, just the 1. Another terrific over for New Zealand though.
100%, and they moved to 26 with 1 over to go. Could they get 31st pair?
This is exactly what we're talking about before we started. Here, you can get into defensive mode and think, right, we'll take 30. But momentum's with New Zealand. Australia haven't had an out. By all means, take no risks. But if you can get 35, wow. It gives you 10 ahead of where Australia were. All of a sudden, what it does is gives belief to the rest of the team that we can chase this 110.
No doubt. You can see Australia's highest pair, 35. It effectively means that you're chasing 25 a pair from now on in. Australian captain Damien Guild bowling to Luke Scrimgeour, and he just tucks it away. No run.
What I'm impressed with Gilda. To me, looks a good all-round indoor cricketer. Good on the leg side, sharp in there. I just think at times for me as bowling, he just gets a little bit short. When he's full, he looks dangerous.
And there it is again, short. Put away. Chance if it was a hit from Cruz Harbour-Connell, but 2 runs out of Scrimgeour, and you're right again. Gill just straying short.
Well, I've watched him a bit, and I reckon he shapes it away nicely, but when he pitches it short, gives the batsman plenty of time. When he's a bit fuller, I think he'll start beating the outside edge.
That good shape, like that. Should be a coach, Chris.
Well, see, that to me, that was actually a full toss, but what it does is it creates more swing, and it's so much harder for the batsman. I would much rather he miss with a full toss than that short stuff.
Especially with Damon Bass and Tom Murray so deep here. No ball off the pitch, too much swing, and that'll be 2 extra runs and an extra delivery.
What I was going to say though, he's got to make the adjustment. When he's full, he's going to swing it more, so he's got to aim properly. He's almost got to start at sort of leg or outside.
Absolutely agree with that one as Guild in. There's an adjustment. Chance of Tom Murray hits. He was out for all money. Not out.
That's actually a bad miss because Murray's deep on the leg line and he's probably, 10 feet away from the stumps. Got all 3 to aim at. That's one that he should be picking up. Probably 98 times out of 100.
Absolutely. Falling away a bit there. Guild to Scrimgeour, and he said no. Picked off by Kobe Fitzgerald in the front court. 32 with 1 ball left in this first pair.
This, I'm ready to run. If he gives me a no call, I'm happy not to run, but if he hits a good 2, I think you take it. Like that.
Great shot, high into the wire, cruise through. 34 opening pair for New Zealand. Great start.
Couldn't actually ask for a better start from New Zealand. Again, thought Australia were okay. Probably a few too many extras. Didn't create a lot of momentum in the field, but ideal start for New Zealand. Exactly what they needed. Great start runs-wise. Haven't given Australia any momentum in the field.
I totally agree. There was maybe a couple of half chances if there was some direct hits, but they're negligible in the grand scheme of things. Really well batted by Luke Scrimgeour and Seb Heath in the absolute pressure cooker of a World Series final.
Yeah, well, there was probably one chance that should have been taken by Murray that was all 3 to aim at. He was falling away, but he was close enough that at this level he should be hitting that.
Totally agree. To the crease comes the New Zealand skipper Jack Gaskin and his batting partner Daniel Van Straten. Do have to mention before he bats that Jack Gaskin just elite with the bat this week. 176 runs at almost 20. With his batting partner Van Straten, 6 matches for 73 runs at 12. Let's look for 30 from this pair too, I reckon.
Well, to give our broadcast listeners and anyone that's tuning in, that should have be illegal. Those sort of numbers in this sort of tournament shouldn't be getting 20, should you? That's impressive.
Yeah, it's elite. Even with, he got a couple of matches against some of the weaker nations where you might get a stats boost, but to do that consistently across 9 games is incredible. He blocks and bowls the 5th, hits Gaskin in the leg. Angus getting his overs out early so he can get the ball swinging.
Well, you did say he'd bowl the 5th. I think it's just a set plan by Australia, isn't it? So to give you a bit of an idea, so if averaging 20, if he batted with someone else, that means every time he bats they score 40 as a partnership. Pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and 40 right now would be incredible. As Kobe Fitzgerald just misses the touch, Cruz Harbour-Connell has a slap and trips over. Daniel Van Straten as he dives, it's all happening.
Yeah, for me, Bloxham's the same. When he's full and at stumps, he just brings in so many opportunities. But not only the front field, I think he'll bowl people through the gate, brings the keeper and player just like it when he's full.
Yeah. That's better, and again a dot. I think it's been all week, right? Like, even in the 13 under division where I'm managing, our plan is the top of the stumps, and I don't think you really need to deviate from that. I think it'll work at any level of indoor cricket because it brings so many options into play.
Yeah, I like that theory.
Australia's down the leg side. 2 runs for Van Straten.
My premise to that, though, is that's absolutely perfect. If you're that consistent, you can hit the top of the stumps. But if you're going to miss, I'd rather you miss on the fuller side.
Yeah, it's been, again, you've said at this level, it's easy pickings if it's short and wide. They're just over the top of it. They're so tall.
Well, it's what people live on, and people are so good at it.
So Fuller again, and a dot, and a chance, half a chance, inside edge onto the stumps.
See, that if you get your feet in the right position, that's generally a half volley, but because he's swinging it and it's outside off, batsman's unsure, creates uncertainty, and that's what Australia are going to need to get back in this game, get some momentum.
There it is, just straying short. Van Straten taking what's on offer for a single and getting through. Chris, you're mentioning some fantastic ideas and seeing the game well. I know you've had a stellar international cricketing career and outdoor. The Trans-Tasman Masters are on the Gold Coast in a couple of weeks. No chance of us seeing you in that soon?
It's just a little bit too soon. I'm just coming back from fitness, really. I got a bit of a shoulder issue. Haven't played for a couple of years. Do love my indoor. Played a lot back in the 90s, played against Australia a few times. When it's always tough, but when it felt really tough. So no, I am probably keen to come back. I think is there a World Series?
There is. There's a Masters World Series next year.
Sri Lanka,
Location to be confirmed,
Okay.
but likely to be Sri Lanka. I'm sure that there'll be an announcement. As I said, Daniel Van Straten put Kobe Fitzgerald up. I'm sure there'll be an announcement in the coming weeks or months from the WICF with confirmation about that.
Yeah, Tony Watkins is in my ear, so it's something that I'm sort of considering, trying to get fit. My body's fit, it's just my left shoulder, so I can get that right. A little bit of gym work, I'll be there.
We'd love to see you as Kobe comes in. Such tall timber bowling down and through there. And again, there's another one to get it full length with his height and release angle. It's going to be really hard to play.
Yeah, these guys are really challenging. Fitzgerald, very good bowler. Just that extra bounce.
Oh, I think there's a chance for the stumping. We'll see the soft signal from umpire Brading. The soft signal is out.
Experience tells me that's out.
I totally agree. We'll have a look. Umpire Jeff Latham joining us at the broadcast table. Umpire coach Jeff Latham, sorry.
Bit of keeping like that, you deserve it to be out. It's just brilliant.
Not quite.
So they use the soft call here, so they can't tell, it just stays in the soft call.
Correct, that's
Like
correct.
that.
Yeah. So all umpire, all referrals are umpire initiated. So no player referrals in this game. We do go with a soft signal.
Australia, with all their on the side net, with their arms around their head, they know how important this decision is. This is a momentum shift for both teams. Huge decision. And we're waiting for technology, and can quite often happen. Just let us down a little bit.
A collective holding of breath. I don't know how much longer I can hold my breath.
Everyone's looking for the umpire to stand up. Here he comes. And it's out!
Fantastic work by Cruz Harbour-Connell down the leg side to whip the bails off and catch Jack Gaskin out of his crease.
It generally is. It looks so quick, and you did see a slight movement of the back foot. It's just enough.
Well
What
bowled.
Australia needed.
Well bowled by Kobe Fitzgerald.
He was the one guy I was going to say, if you're going to be a little bit short, he's the one that can miss, but wonderful bit of keeping.
Oh,
Tell you what.
No wonder it took so long as we see Fitzgerald again to Gaskin. Bass getting into the front court quickly.
Wouldn't mind seeing another replay. Sometime, it's just such a split second.
Makes sense why it took the best part of 45 seconds.
Shot.
Oh, given caught, maybe. I'll have to watch that again, but Australia giving out.
Yeah, it's come off the foot of the man at square. It's hit his foot, bounced up. There.
Oh, Keegan Lynch, that is an incredible catch. He's turned, reacted, and managed to keep it up. What a catch.
Well, I think the New Zealand's on the sideline saying they sure it went into the ground. But he's absolutely shooting, he's giving it out.
Flood again, another chance for Harbour-Connell, but not quite. Maybe there was some question marks around the height of the pull shot, and with umpire Brading's, I guess his line for the day, that's the only thing I could think of other than the ball bouncing.
Yeah, it was just the way he pointed at the bottom of the net. It looked like it was one of those ones that hits low to the ground, doesn't actually hit the ground, and comes back up. I think New Zealand were probably arguing, I'm not sure if it's even available for catches, but they were thinking there's obviously doubt, you should be checking that.
It's not. I did check previously in another match. No DRSs for catches, only run-outs.
There you go, that answers the question.
In this DRS, but and of course WICF rules state that you can't be caught off the bottom wire, and that's an umpire.
Well, I think that's what New Zealand are perhaps arguing.
Yeah. Keegan Lynch on the bowl, the 7th over. That's a great shot.
But in the meantime, we've got a great game of indoor cricket.
We do. It's starting to lift a level, I think. The crowd's getting involved. There's noise from both sides.
And the Australian coach has been the loudest because he realised how important. We saw that stumping and it created 2 chances.
Lynch just slides down the leg side. Just missing the line.
So that's what we're talking about there, momentum. A great leg side stumping and then a brilliant catch leg side. All of a sudden, you see it, you can hear the noise, the Australian field. All of a sudden, they're all clapping, they're in it, the energy's up.
Another pull shot, Guild. Well off target for the top. Yeah, I think for me, something that's really important is energy and noise and in the field to show them that you're ready for any chance. And seemed to be just a bit of a lull from Australia. Well bowled and well played. On leg stump and Jack Gaskell playing that for 2.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure going on. That was a wonderful shot. Yeah, I think there's a great saying. For me, when you're switched on, special things happen. When you're not, they don't. So that's why it's so important to create momentum, because you're a bit more switched on and then special things start to happen.
Just like Keegan Lynch's catch and that. Kobe Fitzgerald gets a touch in the front. Final ball from Lynch.
It's even little things like that. A great stop off the 2 line, so New Zealand can't run. Again, momentum slows.
Called no ball for height. I guess he is being consistent. It's 4 runs to New Zealand and they move to 11 for the skin. 45 the total.
Yeah, again, I reckon he has been consistent, so full credit to him, but I think his line's a little bit low. I think that's harsh on the bowler.
I think it is. I mean, scoring runs is the goal, and you never know. New Zealand will take him out. They can get him at this point.
Regardless of what happens, we want a great game, and so far it's been terrific.
It has been a ripper game. We've got Jude Carney coming on to bowl the 8th over, the final over of this pair, with Jack Gaskin and Daniel Van Straten.
Such an important over for both teams. Last over of the second pair.
Chris, I reckon no wickets and New Zealand are happy, even if it's maybe 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah, if this pair come out 16-17, they're delighted. Like you said, if it stays at the score or below, Australia will feel like it's a massive win.
No ball off the pitch, that will help. Harbour Connell has a shy at the stumps. Poor old Jack Gaskell was at the firing line almost twice there.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't want, you're trying to avoid. Don't mind missing something down the leg side, trying something, but when you're that far out on the offside, you're missing your target by a long way.
It's a better line, but well played, soft hands. Van Straten able to get through comfortably for a single.
More importantly than the 2 runs that you get for the no ball, it just takes the pressure off the batsman. All of a sudden he gets a comfortable 1. Just lifts that pressure.
Again, Jensen Bloxham, Bloxham's had maybe 5 or 6 that have come off that net, and he's tried to slap them and they haven't come off. New Zealand maybe seeing that as an advantage.
Yeah, he's had one that came off beautifully, just didn't hit, but that there just didn't get a good contact. Tell you what, Kearney, love the shape he's getting.
Cutter, past Damon Bass, misfielded by Drew Kearney. 2 more runs, well weighted.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that change up as well. The length was great because it meant it had to be pushed through cover, which did create a chance, just couldn't grab it, Australia. Anytime you're creating chances, for me, you're bowling well. And I like that length, the fuller length.
Moved to 17, 51 the score. Fuller length. They're running. Bloxham tries a kick at the stumps. No run. Sorry, 1 run scored, my apologies.
This again, last ball of the partnership, this time again. Not necessarily looking to run. If he plays a good shot, I'm running, but happy to take the 18. It's 52 after 2 pairs. New Zealand will be delighted.
Great shot. Fantastic. His bat did bounce as we saw, and probably diving with it up, but not direct hit. 2 more runs. 54 the score, chasing 110.
Yeah, Australia did well in that partnership. They got some momentum back. There was a great over where they got a couple of wickets. But to be fair to this pair, they rescued it beautifully. Under pressure from Kearney in that last over. It came out with a 9, I think, off the over, which was a perfect scenario. We were talking about they would be happy to come off at 16 or 17. To come off at 20, New Zealand again, for me, very much not in the box seat, but position where they want to be, chasing 110.
100%. You can't. I, as a chasing team, want to make sure that you give your last pair a chance, and whether that's 50, like we saw last game with Lambert and Conroy, or whether that's 20, you want to make sure that you give them a chance.
For me, a realistic chance at this level for the last pair is 30 and below. Yeah. I mean, we know they can get 40 if you need to, but you need everything to go your way. 27-28, and I think it's a brilliant final.
Yeah, I can't wait. Tom Murray bowling the 9th. And Carney keeps it off the net for 1. He's done well. It bumps into the New Zealand manager, but everyone's okay.
It's not a small man to knock down either, Matthew Potter.
Not at all.
Put the hand up, said it's okay, my fault.
Again, into the umpires at first, there'll be 1 run. As I probably missed it by a run. As one, Mr. Bon Jovi said, whoa, we're halfway there.
I love it. You did miss it by, oh no, not from New Zealand's point of view.
Oh, in the air. Fitzgerald throws away in the corner. Yeah. Well batted. Spotting the gap and getting through for 2 runs. Another single.
I tell you what, Murray's bowled a reasonable over here. What I love from this pair, there was no not running. From ball 1, they've run, played good shots. They've applied some pressure that way.
Chance for Fitzgerald dive. That will be close. I think we see a referral here. We will. We'll see a replay here. Right bowled. Fitzgerald grabs it. Wrong end. Oh, yeah. I think he's home. I think we see the bat clearly down there. Just double check umpire Brading, making sure, covering all the bases. Oh, maybe out.
No, it's too close to call for me. I think he'll have another look.
There's a reason.
To be fair, it could go either way, and you'd say fair enough. But
yeah, there's a reason we have this DRS technology, because that is just so tight. Given not out. Not out after a long review. Poor old umpire Ben Brady's had 2 of those that have been incredibly close.
Oh, to me, there's no question that the bat's over the line. It's just whether the bat's up. It's one of those situations where, again, it's a technique, hands low, so there's definitely a bounce in the bat. Very hard decision to say that there's not something behind the crease. So good from Murray.
Just sneaking it under the bat of Marco Siebel.
What did you think?
Marco Scoble. Honestly, I don't know. The one that we saw, you're right, I can't see any line, which means it's over the line, but that doesn't mean it's not under the shadow. So I do not envy umpire Brading at the moment.
Look, I think if we're going to use DRS, we're going to use multiple replays. I'm all for it, it's great. But I think if there is doubt, for me, because it's all against the batsman effectively, it's got to be, if there's any doubt, it's got to go in the batsman's favour, whichever team that is.
I do agree. Keegan Lynch down to bowl the 10th. Flat to Murray's hands. Oh. Just high of Carney.
Just doing a bit of clapping. Brilliant bit of fielding, because that was hit. Didn't deserve to be stopped. Murray did well, got down, fumbled it slightly, but controlled it. Back flick with power. If he'd got it a little bit lower, that was a chance. Brilliant bit of fielding.
There we go. Moving in the field now. Marco Scoble. That one slides down the leg side. Maybe something they've seen. Kobe Fitzgerald to get it effectively. A 3-line in the front court. Tom Murray very deep on the leg side. And even Damon Bass deep and straight.
Yeah, certainly a strategy. I mean, both, no question, both management have done their homework.
Oh, again. Ball to Tom Murray where he was, but just wasn't able to gather. And they get through for 2 runs.
Well, that's where they've done their homework. They know with Gaskin, if he's full on the stumps, he hits the ball, it tends to choke it leg side, and it goes to Murray deep on the 3-line. Just didn't hit it actually well enough to give Murray enough time.
That's true. I guess Lynch hit his spot to be able to bowl into that area as that one goes to Bass. Sharp bit of fielding back to Cruz Harvey-Connell, the keeper. Whoa, that's a great call to say no there.
Yeah, that's a brave call. You hit. Normally if I'm in it that well, I'm charging off. Don't normally hit it that good.
Gatwood, chance! Oh, Carney misses the stumps on the first attempt. Gatwood gets home.
Just a little bit tentative for me. I think that needed just a little back flick. As soon as he got it, just black flick it onto the stumps, he's out. But because thought he had more time, even when if he'd taken the bail straight off, I think he might have been gone anyway.
Bounce of the bat, man. Might have been out if he'd taken him at the stumps again. Blocks him. Doesn't get it through. Keegan Lynch finishes his 2 overs. New Zealand looking good.
It wasn't a great start to the over from Lynch. I thought he finished well. We created a couple of opportunities. Australia just couldn't take them. One at the back stumps certainly should have been taken. We saw him just go for the stumps and miss them. If he'd taken the bails off, pretty sure he would have been given out. Probably on referral, but I think the back just bounced enough, didn't it?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think if he had taken it, I think it was out. But
this pair done exactly what they needed to, though. 13 off 2.
Beautiful. Going along beautifully. We have Cruz Harvey-Connell coming on the bowl now. His first over, being the 11th. We will have to see him bowl in the third pair. Rules dictate that.
Pretty handy bowler, though, isn't he?
Not too bad at all. Cruz at the stumps. Off the leg. Marco Scoble.
Terrific start. It almost looked as though he went to a variation first up, which is tough to do. Got it right on the money. Really unlucky not to bowl him. Terrific start. Will he go for it again?
I think it's his stock. He goes wider with an outie. Blocks him, gets that one. Just misses the stumps. Damon Bassett, keeper there. Not there to pouch it just in case. And they get through.
Good sign for Australia, and for Bloxham, they got good contact on that. She just hasn't been able to get. It's a good sign.
Chance! Oh, dropped by Kobe Fitzgerald and offline. That was the moment for Australia, I think.
Just can't miss opportunities like that. I mean, he'll be disappointed. It was terrific bowling. Done exactly what the plan would have been. Yeah, Fitzgerald should have gobbled that. He'll take that 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kobe. Harvey-Connell again, shorter. Well played. Into the side net for 2. Great batting.
To me, it's not just about the -5 and the drop catch. It's just about how the momentum changes. Because everyone can't help it. Your head drops because you know it's one that should be taken. And you can see the front boys trying to build everyone up with lots of clapping. Because they just know how that can just flatten the team out.
That's wide. Called up wide by umpire Brading from Harvey-Connell. Yeah, I agree. And with a sport like this where it moves so fast, all of a sudden you look up from being disappointed from a drop catch and 6 balls have gone past and you're 12 runs further behind.
Fix the bowler as well. He's frustrated now. Bowler wide, he shouldn't have. Out.
Oh, edge. Just wide of Bass and just short of blocks him. Another chance from Harvey-Connell. A good over, but luckless.
It was very luckless. There was enough opportunities created in that over. It was a good over. Australia just couldn't capitalise. Great example. He's nicked the last one. When things are going your way, that just goes to hand. Either it goes to point or it goes back to the keeper. When things aren't quite happening, they just go into space. And that's again what I'm talking about. When you're switched on, special things happen. And when you're just slightly off the boil, all of a sudden everything starts going to ground, or you think, oh, how lucky was he? It's not luck.
Make your own luck is the old saying. So we've got the Australian captain Damien Guild to bowl the 12th over. Marco Scoble on strike. No run. Connor Catwood a long way down, keen to get past, but gets back in time.
That's what I was talking about, those 1%ers, because people will say, well, what when it's not happening, what do? You create it. You create it by people backing up, people moving around.
Third ball. Joe Fitzgerald again. Doesn't quite go to hand. Again, maybe you mentioned that. Maybe Kobe's head's down.
Yep. You just create an atmosphere. So, like I said, the line guys come back and cover the bowlers. Everyone goes in great stop. Just stopping the 2. Anything you can to get the side up.
Great shot from from Connor Gatwood.
Because I don't know if you can sense, I just sense a whole momentum shift here. Australia just feels a little bit flatter. New Zealand feels on top. Someone's got to do something, one of the senior players.
Another great shot. Marco Scoville that time. Chris, I think you're right. I think they've gone from we're in front and we need to play well to, we might be in trouble here. And so maybe they started to just reel in a little bit and be a little more defensive.
If I'm Australia here, I'm trying to slow the game down now. It's just all happening too quick.
Oh, another chance of blocks him. Front court. He hasn't had one of those slaps hit today.
This is where someone needs to fake an injury or a shoelace just to buy a bit of time. Guys come in and say, guys, this is our last chance. Yeah. Switch on, come on.
No clock penalties, no time penalties here in grand finals. So that comes up a hand. They get an extra run. They get through. That's 27 for the pair. That takes the total to 81, chasing 111 for victory.
Yeah, and for me, wonderful again, great partnership in New Zealand. All three have been at different times. They've been under pressure. They've been able to fight back. I think it's been missed opportunities from Australia, which have allowed New Zealand to do that. For me, that drop catch, the previous over from, I think it was Fitzgerald dropped it off O'Connell. It was just, you could just see the heads come down and just that sharpness just gets taken out of the Australian fielding side. And all of a sudden, I felt that pair capitalised. And now, again, we talked about, New Zealand, that would have been exactly the situation the New Zealand coach and the New Zealand team would have wanted to be in. Give ourselves a chance. Last pair come in needing 30. We're not in the box seat, but we're very much, you have to say it's very close to a 50-50 game, the way the momentum has gone. I would say, in normal circumstance, Australia favourites, but because the way the momentum has gone, for me it's 50-50.
I agree. We've got Damon Bass to bowl. I think, who else is left to bowl? I think Kobe Fitzgerald will have one, Cruz Harvey-Connell will have one, and maybe Carney?
I like the fact they've gone to Bass, because Bass for me is one of the key bowlers for Australia, and this is such a big first over.
Yeah, I totally agree. 30 to win. Damon Bass. Oliver Beale goes bang, first ball, 5 runs, great cricket shot.
Well, the New Zealand fans going crazy. That was a wonderful shot to start the innings. It wasn't a bad delivery. I'm sure it's roughly where he wants to be. It's just a wonderful on drive.
Bass and his partner, Jacob Duker, goes off the hip for 2 more runs. I watched this team, the New Zealand team, 2 nights ago, I believe it was, and playing. I was so impressed with Ollie Beale and how good he was off his legs.
Oh, it was a terrific start. What a shot.
As I say that, commentators, as he misses one off his legs, it had to happen, didn't it?
Right, you're not allowed to talk anymore about being good on. Still, it's fine. There was probably a run there.
Yeah.
But Australia know how strong he is, and they've got 2 leg side fielders.
Well bowled. Damon Bass. Oh, chance! Oh.
I think that's the plan for New Zealand, for Australia, for Bass, just to be a little bit short. I think that first one was just a tad too full. I think that length's perfect with this field.
Totally agree.
So good adjustment from Bass.
You can see Murray's sort of on an island by his own there with Guild further down in the front court. So there's a big gap. That's sort of mid-wicket all the way through to mid-on. Two to go here from Damon Bass. And again, past Murray. Side and back, 4 scored. What a great cricket shot.
Well, I think they've got to make the adjustment, Australia. I think Murray's got to be a little bit tighter to that net, because that's twice. He's played wonderful on drives through there. Bass just been over pitching.
Yeah, totally agree. Jacob Duker on strike. Oh, that's a good nut. Takes him probably on the glove. What a great first over, 11 from it.
Perfect start for New Zealand. It's not what Australia would have wanted. They've got to believe, though. They've got to believe they're still in this game. They've got to know that they're 1 wicket away from changing it. But New Zealand, this last pair, fabulous start. Absolutely terrific.
100%, totally agree. Maybe the play is that they bring Guild back to the 3 line and you push Murray around if he's really going to continue to go there. But they might have lost their opportunity now with only 18 required or 19 required to win the match.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, I tell you what, though, in any situation, that it's a tough 18 to get.
Called fair. That was tight, and umpire Ben Brading says to Kobe Fitzgerald that one snuck inside the wide line.
Yeah, you got your Australian hat on. I think that, to me, from what he's called.
No, I agree. I think that was wide too. Third ball chance. Carter, 7 runs, huge shot. Ollie Beale. Absolutely clutch play in a pressure cooker.
Oh my God, have you ever talked about boys own? Ollie Beale has just turned it on. 5 on drive, 4 on drive, and then a chip over mid off for 7. Wow.
Gerald to Juka. And Jacob Juka is at the other end on 2, just watching this cracking batting display.
I'm happy just to stay here. But what New Zealand done have created an opportunity where they don't have to take any risks. Happy to turn down the odd one.
Well played by Juka. 2 more. Up into the side net path. Angus blocks them. You can feel the energy in this crowd. It's all New Zealand.
And what was amazing about that shot from Oliver Beale as well was the added pressure of the third ball.
Gerald to Beale. Great cricket shot over Damon Bass. Back to Kobe Fitzgerald, who can't hit the stumps. There's 2 more. I'm going to have to start speaking up, Chris.
And what's even more impressive for me with Oliver Beale, shows he's in control. He's not just smacking it. That was there to drive again, but he played the sensible down up 2. Good solid shot.
Full toss, chance. Oh, blocks him just wide. Harbour Connell can't take the ball and take the stumps. 23. Now, score moves to 104. 7 to win off 2 overs.
That's been a little bit of the difference for me, has been Bloxham up front. We know how good is he out there in the field and how strong he has been throughout the tournament. How many outs he's got. He has had some opportunities today. Another one there. Just hasn't managed to get any. And when your front court is not affecting dismissals, again, it's so hard to get momentum because that's generally what your whole bowling plan is for that top court, that front court.
Absolutely, and especially with the way that they have their positive intent with running, they're creating opportunities for Australia, but they're not taking. Duke Kearney, the 15th over. Juka plays it off his own bowling, tries to throw down the bottom stumps, but Beale well home.
I mean, Beale's been exceptional, but Juka's done a terrific job as well because he's had to absorb this pressure at the non-strikers end. And in this particular partnership, he's done exactly what's required. Just be efficient and get Beale back on strike. Absolutely.
Kearney now bowling over the wicket. Umpire Brading just confirming that.
Surprisingly, there's a bit of a hush in the crowd.
Pin drop. Cutter. Well bowled. Up into the hip, but Beale, he can't get it away.
Good bowling. Australia know they're just 1 wicket away from creating enough pressure which will make this game difficult.
Just confirming too, in the event of a tie, the amount of the skins is a super over.
We love super overs.
Cutter again. Beats him. A little bit late on that. The change-ups mean that Oliver Beale's just having to work on his timing and not quite getting it.
I think it was a clever change-up though, because I think Beale thought it was a change-up, but it was like a quicker one that skidded. Terrific bit of bowling. This is such a key ball.
Third ball. Wide, into Bloxham. But home safely. Beale gets through.
To be fair, Bloxham does well there. That was a good shot, should have been 2. He did well to block it. Whatever Australia do, they've just got to make it so difficult for New Zealand to get these 6 or 7 runs. So far, doing it well.
Absolutely. 2 balls remaining, 8 balls left in the match. Juka takes 2. Moves the score to 108. Final ball of Duke Kearney's over.
You just got to keep believing. So many times in this tournament, I've seen 3 games that I've seen where the team going into the last over batting has been in front and have ended up losing the game.
Cutter again. Great shot, Oliver Beale. 3 more. What a quality batter.
Wow, this has been some of the best batting I've seen throughout the tournament, and to pull it out in the final, Ollie Beale. Still a job to be done.
Incredible. We've seen some just incredible matchups through the week. I've had 2 of my own 1300 boys against New Zealand where we won it in the last over. One from Ryan Worsley and Cooper Dopal. We're over there in the stands watching this absolute clinic that's been put on by Ollie Beale.
How's your heart? It makes you feel so much older. You're so pleased you're here to witness it because it's just an absolute spectacle. I hope everyone watching it is enjoying this because we want it to be a brilliant final and it's going to be. And I tell you what, it's not over yet.
Plenty of cricket left in this game. I tell you what, we have Cruz, Harbour, Connell to bowl the final over the match. Ollie Beale on strike. Full at the stumps. Well bowled and blocked out to Tom Murray.
I'll tell you what, New Zealand will be desperately keen to try and get 6 ahead. The Harbour O'Connell is going to make it extremely difficult. He's a very, very good bowler.
I even think if they get to 2 balls left and they don't have to run, that's what they want. They don't care how many in front they are if they can block out those last 2. Harbour Connell. Well played by Ollie Beale. Into the side net for 2 runs. Harbour Connell. Duker. 2 more. Blocks a chance. Oh. Into Bassett keeper. Another chance for Angus Bloxham, but not quite coming off. They're 5 in front.
They've got to run one more time though, because the rules state that they must.
This is it. This is the ball.
Do you want Ollie Beale to block 2 and then run the last?
Wow, yeah, wow. Would you?
I think he's got to go now, because what you want is if something does go wrong, you've still got the option. I think you've got to run this one.
Totally agree. And I think Harbour Connell stumps. He does. Murray! No! 2 runs!
Well, they've decided, so Ollie Beale, what a magnificent performance in this final. He's put his hand up, told Duker to stay.
Incredible batting from Ollie Beale.
Harbour O'Connell, 2 balls to get a wicket with the batsman not running. Never easy in indoor cricket. Does bowl that cutter though, gets a little bit of bounce.
Here we go. At the stance and blocked out! And New Zealand will be victorious with 1 ball left.
Unbelievable. New Zealand can't lose. What a magnificent performance, chasing 110. You'd have to put Australia in front.
Absolutely. Final ball.
And there it is.
Blocked out by Jacob Duker.
New Zealand under 17s have beaten Australia. You can hear the delight in the crowd. The team all sprint on. It's been a wonderful performance. The one time that New Zealand needed to beat Australia, because they've lost twice in this tournament. The one game they needed to win, the big final, they've done it, the big dance. New Zealand, the whole team, Andrew Richardson, Matthew Potter, wow, they will be celebrating tonight. What a fantastic performance. And unfortunately, from Australia's point of view, they stopped the clean sweep. Australia have won every other final, but New Zealand in the under 17 men's have come out on triumphant. So many heroes throughout the innings. The batting from all the New Zealand players, outstanding. But for me, the player of the match, Ollie Beale, his final display in the final partnership, out of this world. I'm running out of words. Rob, over to you.
What a display of indoor cricket. You see the crowd. New Zealand, amazing batting. Australia, honestly, the best team. I didn't lose the game, best team all week. Done in the final by a fantastic New Zealand side. What a game of cricket.
Unbelievable. And I think for the under 17s, it's back-to-back championships as well at this age group.
Shows that New Zealand adding the 17 and under boys title to their 22 and under boys title and 22 and under girls title they won at the World Cup last year. Congratulations to New Zealand. What a fantastic final and what a fantastic Junior World Series 2023.
Oh, New Zealand phenomenal. You can see what it means to them, the hugging. There'll be tears later. There'll be a few drinks for the management anyway, a few soft drinks for the boys. But you've also got to take your hat off to Australia. They have probably consistently been the best team in this tournament. Come in the final, just those half chances just didn't go their way. They've had a phenomenal tournament. They should hold their heads high because it was a proud effort by them, but unfortunately on today's performance New Zealand were just better, and in those crucial moments New Zealand just won them.
Absolutely. As we see the celebrations here, we'll leave you to it. I've been Brock Winkler. Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure to share the commentary box with you.
You too, Brock. Fantastic.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Junior World Series 2023. Go and tell your friends to play indoor cricket.
And keep watching.